We're live.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. Whether you are here on YouTube or Twitter or TikTok or Facebook, welcome. Thank you for being here. And thank you for giving us a little bit of your time. We know that you could be anywhere, and we are very, very thankful that you, my friends, have decided to give us a little bit of your time this evening. This is the 239th episode, the 239th episode of the Political Spotlight. I, of course, am your blind host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. Producer Kate is down at the controls, making sure that things are working and doing some research and carrying on. I appreciate everything she does, and we are better off because she is here. Before we get started tonight, I do want to take a second and tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everybody that's been here, for everyone that's been here from the beginning, for everybody that has just been here in the last week or two. I want to thank you for being here and subscribing, because we last night or early this morning, late last night, actually officially hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, and YouTube sent us their you normally get plaques for different things, and their 1,000th subscriber thing is a Taco Bell napkin that they've drawn on that says YouTube play button. And so we'll be hanging this up back in the back someplace here. We have hit the 1,000th subscribers. We are over 1,000th, and I tell you, it's just really, really, really shockingly sad coming from great big perception is reality, with all of the listeners and downloads and everyone, the weekly listeners that would pour in there, and all of the love, to getting up to nearly 20,000 subscribers with the Bastards of Politics, and then that all imploding and starting over from scratch. One thing that we are good about here, ladies and gentlemen, is starting over. I just want you guys, I want you to know that we are like the men that have been divorced 5 times. We've got a go bag ready to go in the car. All we've got to do is bungee that refrigerator up. You can run out the door with the turkey and the beer still inside, and out we are. We are out. We are on our way to a whole new life. Kate, Brandon, and I, we are good at starting over from scratch, and every time there's a little bit of more diversity and newness to it, but we are doing well, and I like kind of the slow build that we have had this time, because we have a better audience, and something that I didn't learn until nearly the halfway point of the Bastards was subscribers don't matter. Subscribers is a YouTube number. They like the subscribers. I wouldn't care if we had one subscriber, as long as we have the listens and the viewers. The view hours and the listens are what matters. The subscribers are it's just a vanity number for YouTube. So, it's something kind of cool. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. And we watch it. We're going to watch it. But I want to thank you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for being here. And we want to welcome everyone that's new, that's been here over the last couple of weeks. Just real quickly, briefly, I do want to touch down and tell you guys, we are a political podcast. We do local, state, and national politics. As the presidential election fires up, as we all know it's going to, we will be covering more news on the national side of things. And so for those of you that are liking that, we will be doing that. But as you see over here, we are extremely local, from city and county to the state, to the United States, to the world. You know what I mean? So we do it all, and it's all important. So thank you guys, and we will continue putting out the content we can, and we will continue improving and making things better and going forward. Hey, before we get into it, please do us a favor, like, share the show, subscribe, do all of those things. Click the bell. That way you can get notified when we go live, and do all of that. Would very, very, very much appreciate it. If you are watching live or on your own time on YouTube, you can communicate with us. If you're watching live, comment over here. If you're watching in a couple days from now on your own time, you're repeating it, comment in the comment box below. If you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on Twitter or TikTok, welcome. Thank you. I love that you're watching for there, and that's fantastic. But you will have a little bit better experience if you get on YouTube. And the only reason I say that is because you will be able to interact with more live viewers. The majority of our live viewers communicate on YouTube, and that's the only reason I say that. If you like watching on X, that's fine. I do want to tell you guys all one big surprise, because we are kicking off this show, the 239th show, with being over the 1,000 subscriber count. I am officially, I have not told anybody this, I have officially decided to bite the bullet. It's going to be adding just a little bit more to my plate. Like I can handle it, I promise. But we are going to be putting 5 nights a week the audio from what you hear here. We will be putting that audio in audio format, podcast format, so you can get on and click, just like Perception is Reality, for the people that are mowing, for the people that are in the bathtub, for the people that are on the toilet, you know, doing some shoe shopping or whatever. You will be able to find us and you'll be able to click. It's not up yet. It'll take a while to get this all up and running. It will be on, it'll be basically the same situation as the perception.fireside.fm. It will actually be, I don't know what the, I don't actually know what it'll be. Give me 1 second here and I can tell you. It will be, I think it'll be the political spotlight. What will it be? It'll be the political spotlight.fireside.fm. That's what it'll be. So you can go to the political spotlight.fireside.fm, and you will be able to find us there. You will also, nothing's there yet, so don't go there now. Nothing's there yet. You will be able to find there. It'll be a couple days. But then after we get that up and running, you will also be able to find it like places like all other podcast hosting sites. So you'll be able to find it on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Castbox, Overcast, Castro, Pocket Cast, and many, 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 many more. Since I've done Perception is Reality, Google Podcast has disappeared. So that's not a thing. It's gone. So things are changing, and I've got to learn all that stuff and go back. But you will be able to get the audio podcast 5 nights a week. Basically, what I'm going to do is after each episode here, I will download the audio podcast. I will put it in the editing software. I'm just going to go, it's going to go live to tape. So what you hear here will be what you hear there. And you'll be able to listen to it. You'll be able to binge it. People will be able to get them, and that'll be what it'll be. So for those of you that like to do that, that is something that you might find interesting. So I hope that's something that a few of you will enjoy. All right. So hey, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't actually know what I was going to talk about tonight. When we got off the show last night, I had kind of an idea of a show that I was going to do. And I was like, well, we'll just see what pops off tomorrow, meaning today. And we'll see what goes on. And then, like many of you out there in East Central Indiana, I was minding my own business today. I was waiting for the Muncie Board of Works meeting, which was supposed to start at 9 a.m. this morning. And the Board of Works meeting started, and Alva, I saw Alva had commented. One comment. I think the only person that was able to comment was Alva. And then I commented I tried to comment something, and something really strange happened. The comment box was there, as it always is. I wrote out my little comment, as I always do. And then it didn't happen. Something popped up in the middle of the screen like this. Now, Ridenour didn't pop up. If this would have popped up, it would have been horrible. But the gray box in the center popped up, and it said, "You can't comment on this post right now. The broadcaster chose to apply this setting." And I saw that, and I thought, ruh-roh. Uh-oh, we are in trouble. Something's up. And so just a few moments, oh no, Alva is watching the Muncie City Board of Works from Louisiana and thinks he's the only person watching. It's because the people from up here in Muncie town, we were all messaging each other, and we were all making our own individual post, losing our minds because the meeting, the Board of Works meeting that went on today, it lasted for right at about 18 minutes, I believe. But at 5 minutes into that meeting, the City of Muncie also posted a rather interesting post. Oh, no, excuse me. Pardon me. I don't want to give them extra time. The Board of Works meeting lasted 8 minutes today. I'm sorry. It was 8 minutes. Holy shit, Willie Shillings is here. And here I thought you were dead, bro. I'm glad to see you're still alive. You're here just in time for the city to go crazy. So here's the deal. I was waiting to see what was going on, and then at 9:05 this morning, Eastern Standard Time, that is, the City of Muncie made a post yes, he has said that once before, Chief Muncie. He most definitely has said that. But then he went back on what he said, and he said if people have questions, they need to come to the meetings, which I always yell and say, but they're at 9 o'clock in the morning, you a-hole. So here's the City of Muncie. It's not the parody page. It's the real page. And the Board of Works meeting went up. The City of Muncie limited who can comment on this post. You can't comment on this post at this time. The broadcaster chose to apply this setting. The only comment to this lonely post was Mr. Alva right here. Spend more time with questions on 300,000 than they do on 1.5 million. That's the one that did it. Well, the city's post, ladies and gentlemen, 12 hours ago at 9:05 Eastern this morning, said as of July 10th, 2024, the City of Muncie Facebook page will be used for updates only. Comments can be left on the City of Muncie communications page, which I didn't even know what that was. which will be updated and moderated as usual. And of course, you couldn't comment on that. There's no place to comment. 133, 34, 35, 135 people reacted. 40 people shared that. There was then a post from the police bike deal from yesterday. There was then the Muncie Sanitary District Board meeting with some people. And then there was Ridenour's update. We're going to go through all of these in a minute, but we've got to talk about this breaking news. Just absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy to me that this is going on, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. You know, I was wrapping my head around this, or attempting to wrap my head around this, as I was seeing more and more citizens of Muncie commenting, and I was getting inundated with phone calls and text messages and Facebook messengers and emails from people saying, what is this? What is going on? Why is this happening? Citizens of Muncie, Indiana woke up on Wednesday, July 10th to find their translucent mayor, Dan Ridenour, had made yet another unforced error. Just after 9 a.m., the city of Muncie put out a notice that said, we will no longer be taking comments, yada, yada. You all know what it said. We read it a moment ago. Shockingly, the new policy states that the city of Muncie will no longer accept comments on its Facebook page. This directly contradicts the promises of Mayor Dan Ridenour that he made during his 2019 campaign and his 2023 campaigns for re-election. Specifically and directly contradicts promises made by Dan Ridenour, leaving many feeling disappointed and frustrated. After enduring 4 or 5 years of significant communication and transparency issues, along with promises that seem to evaporate into thin air, the citizens of Muncie have been left with a lingering sense of betrayal from those in city leadership. And now, with this sudden change in how they will allow citizens to communicate with them, it's just one more disappointment from the man many trusted to improve things. Is this improved communication that we're seeing here? Is it improved transparency? Is it improved accountability? Hell no. It's none of those things. It's an absolute joke. And
he could be trying to keep one of his promises here, to slow government down.
Slow government down. He's definitely slowing government down.
I suppose in some roundabout weird way. Or it could be the opposite, and he's trying to speed it up and just make sure nobody can know about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's that's very, very good possibility. I have one question. What is Facebook? Do you think that it was coincidence that it was changed over on a Wednesday morning? No. So let me tell you what I think, folks, because I've seen a lot of people writing stuff, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to break some hearts in this episode, in my next post. In my next comment, rather. I've seen people getting on and saying, oh, The link to what, Willie? The link to the YouTube? I've seen people saying this is because Ridenour was upset that a bunch of people were commenting last week about the 4th of July. And I said, no, that is not true. That is not why this is happening. And I saw other people say that this is because he is out right now practicing for the Iron Man, and he didn't want to take any heat for not being at the city during Iron Man. And I said, nope, not it. Not it again. That is not the case. I'm going to tell you, this is very easy. Matter of fact, I even saw, and I'm gonna break the hearts of some people that are on here viewing, because I know I'm pretty sure, and look, I not that I think that you guys, I know that you guys are getting on his nerves. I know that you are definitely sticking it to him. I know that Stumblefoot and Kid Rock have thought that it's maybe because of the park postings. I think there's something more nefarious going on. I'm going to stick my neck out and say this is not because of the park postings. This is not because of the fireworks. This is not because of Iron Man. I have been telling you guys for weeks now, basically since we've been back from Dan camp, that something is up. You got to look at what's going on in the city of Muncie. Something is up. Seems like they created around the time they did Camp Dan. Yeah. So the thing is, you got to look at what's going on. Yeah, look, Dan does not like the bashing. He took a beating last week over the ignorant deal with shutting down or not shutting down Wheeling. That was just stupid. He did not have to do that. They took a beating with Dan Camp. That was stupid. They did not have to do that. They took a beating with this raise thing. They've taken a beating with this raise thing. Okay? They've taken a beating with Dustin Clark. They've now been taking a beating with the park thing. The work that Amy and Troy have done with this deal with the park, dude, they're driving right now are nuts. With Charlize and some of us on their ass about the unfinished projects, they are taking a beating from every which way that they can take it. They don't like it. It makes them look bad. It makes them look bad. Something, however, though, my friends, I think is cooking bigger than anything we know. Something is going on. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Dustin Clark is going to take the ride and it's going to be bad and he's going to be dinged and it's going to come out and State Board of Accounts is going to come out. Listen, what did we just hear happen at last council meeting? We had a counselor and we had the financial department stand up, controller and deputy controller. And Nora Powell says, so you can't pay them the $65,000 back pay? Because why? Because paying them that much money is going to lead us into a... She didn't say it. A lot of people said she said it. No. She did not say it. Matt Wegley said a financial crisis. Financial crisis. Then you actually see the second that Nora thinks, oh shit, he literally just said financial crisis. You can see her get that little glint in her eye. She starts to kind of smile and she gets excited and she wants him to repeat it. And she says, you know, can you say that again? She's talking to him. And at that time, she says, you think it will create a financial crisis. And Craig Wright, the boss, the controller, he's standing back at the camera. He's on the right, he's on the left looking at the council. And he says no quietly under his breath. But Matt Wegley says we absolutely do. And Craig turns and looks at him. And I thought, uh-oh, he spoke out of turn. The only problem is the Wegleys are running the show. So the Wegleys aren't going to be in trouble. I think it's to the point that the Wegleys are just saying and doing whatever they want. They're in control. And it don't matter what they say because they're running the show. And they can do it. They've shut City Hall down. Citizens can't go into City Hall. City Hall is effectively shut down. You can't call up there and get anybody on the phone. Can't go up there. The emails may or may not be working, but I'll tell you, the public record requests, that process has ground to a screeching halt since Marlene retired. Since Marlene retired, that's done. And now Ridenour has been MIA. I've told you guys, I've been saying he seems to be hiding out. Why? I don't know. I have my feelers out. Yesterday was the day that AFSCME and the administration was supposed to meet. I'm working on getting information about what was going on there. I haven't heard. I've heard some things, but I don't have enough to put anything out there yet. But I'm telling you, I think the shit is getting ready to hit the shit is getting ready to hit the fan for our mayor Dan. Brandon Clower, he had the win today. He said that we were looking at this all wrong. This wasn't actually something that they were doing to hurt the citizens. They were doing this in an attempt to get Shireen Wegley to stop communicating with citizens on the city's Facebook page. So they've done all of this to try and stop Shireen Wegley from communicating with people on social media. I think that's pretty funny. Now, what's happened is the City of Muncie has created a communications page. And we're all supposed to go there to ask our questions, to ask things, to fight back and forth. I saw Stumblefoot earlier said they want to stop all of the citizens of Muncie. We're all mad and upset, but they want the citizens of Muncie to not know what each other thinks or feels. This is a way to stop us all from talking. So here we've got the City of Muncie communications page. As of this morning, there were like 12 people on it. So there are gaining people liking it. I would say don't go do that. Protest it. Don't go there. They need to meet us where we are at. Listen. I get it. There's a lot of negativity that goes on the City of Muncie Facebook page. We tell you why there's a lot of negativity that goes on. It's two reasons. Number one, okay. Well, it's like this. The internet is a dumpster fire. We all know that. And people are going to fight and be nasty just to do it, just because that's what it is. So no matter if the citizens of Muncie were nearly 100% happy, we were all happy singing Kumbaya, everybody was happy with what's going on, there are going to be a certain amount of people that are going to go on there and bitch about something. That's just what happens. That's just what happens. The thing is, when people are extremely unhappy about what's going on, they're even more pissed off, and they're going on there and they're poking and they're fighting. And that makes Dan look bad to people like D.R. Horton and all of these people that he goes courting, trying to bring to Muncie to get his little ideas and his little schemes off the ground. It makes people be wary of like, oh God, look, everybody there's bitching. That's the first thing that they do. Used to, when a business would look at moving towards a city or moving towards a new area, the first thing they would do is they would start taking the newspaper about 6 months in advance. And they would look at the crime rate, and they would look at the police calls, the blotter calls, the fire. They would look at police response times and fire response times, and they would see if people looked happy. They would look at the opinion section. Well, now newspapers are, for dick. No, nothing goes on with them. So now what those people do is they have whole teams that get on and follow the social media. And let me tell you, Muncie, I have a friend that absolutely loves this when I say this. And if that friend is watching tonight, which I'm pretty sure they are, this person will know right what I mean. Muncie is so very close to like being hard-nosed British people, because there's one thing that the people of Britain and Muncie have. We are proud assholes. We love, there's a sense of pride that comes with our displeasure. And as lovely as it is to see a nice shining day and to have a nice wonderful house and everything to be good, there's just something about British people that are just blah, ho-hum, and it's like, piss off, stay out of my way, and they are, just unhappy people. And there's something about Muncie that's like that. Yes, Chief Muncie. I tried to explain Muncie to someone and said that bitching is our local recreational pastime. Yes. Yeah. So there's just a part of that it's just going to be. But here's the thing. If Dan was doing half of what he said he would be doing, if Dan was living up to any of his promises, if there would be 4 houses built out there at Store Estates already, if Brick Red Systems would be operating down at Southway Plaza, what could people gripe about? No one could gripe about a damn thing. Let me ask you, anybody have any issue with somebody in their family that's addicted to drugs? Anybody having a hard go of it right now with somebody that's having a crisis or has had a crisis or might be getting to a crisis level in the near future? Have you had any luck with that crisis center? You want to call the crisis center and see if they can help? Here, let's see if I can find, let's do a little test. I'm going to type this. I'm going to Google this, okay? Muncie Crisis Center phone number. No. No.
No, I think you need to call it what they call it in the Board of Works stuff.
What?
Shoot. Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Remember, they have that fancy name they use. So it doesn't say crisis center. So
the substance abuse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I can't remember the whole name of it. So I'm hunting. Substance Abuse and Behavioral Health Treatment Center.
Yeah, say it again.
Substance Abuse and Behavioral Health Treatment.
Muncie Substance Abuse and Behavioral Health Unit.
We'll have to send you the ball.
That's not, there's nothing there either. Well, damn. Well, I hope nobody out there is having a crisis tonight.
Oh, maybe the Dan Astor Center.
Yes.
Drunk Termite Center.
Terminex. This person says, yes. If they kept their word with actual transparency, there'd be less to bitch about. Yeah, where are those funds? The money we received from the opioid settlement. Ha! Ha ha! You know what's hilarious about that? Oh, gosh, folks. You know what's funny about that is, like, I think Dan even cobbed on to some... It's not funny. It's really sad. It's the fact that he took other people's opioid settlement money too. I was looking at EJack. He said something. I want to say, for all of you, that we've been talking about the mayor's Airbnb, and I just want to remind everybody that the mayor's Airbnb, it has a very specific name, and maybe Kate can come on here, but I figure from now on, when we talk about the mayor's his lair there, all of that, we need to call it Das Kleisenhaus, Das Weinstein House. What's this word, Kate? Say it.
Where?
I'm gonna put it up on the screen. You say it better than I do.
Oh.
I'm putting it up here right now.
Das Kirsteinhaus.
Das Kirsteinhaus. That's
Kelsteinhaus.
Kelsteinhaus. That's the eagle's nest in Germany. That's the actual. It's because it's on like that mountain, Kelstein.
Stein is stone.
Yeah. So that's what we need to call it. All of you people out there, that's what we're going to be calling that property. So yeah, there. Well, so you just looked up the. She was looking up like the translation for eagle and nest. So yeah, that's the looking. I'm just being a smart ass, but I just think it's so weird. Listen, I like eagles. I like America. I like eagles. If I had a nice little cool place where eagles were coming there and I was going to name a clubhouse or a hideout or an Airbnb, I am not going to call it the Eagle's Nest. I am just not going to call it that. because that sounds too much like, dare I say it, what did Trump's person say on CNN? Hilter? Hilter. It sounds too much like that Hilter guy. And just weird that he calls it that. Anyways, back to the thing at hand here. This is really sad. I've been making a joke out of this, but I'm telling you, this is disgusting. This is really, 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 really bad. Really bad. Okay. Where is the mayor? Why can we not talk to him? Why can he? Where are the Dream with Dans? Has anybody been to a Dream with Dan? Thank you. Thank you, Holly. I figured that's what that was. That's hilarious. Oh, God. I do what I can. The Dream with Dan's are stuck in one of Dan's holes. That's exactly true. What is the deal? So I just want to let you know, because here's the thing. Do you think I could talk to the Board of Works and maybe get some money from Edit Fund to erect a statue of me in remembrance of the last comment made on the city Facebook page? We could get a statue of Alva made right up at City Hall and just be like, on July 10th at 9:04 and 36 seconds, he made the last comment ever on the City of Muncie page. It's laughable. And so I want to take you guys around and I want to show you a couple of things and let other people's comments be seen and be heard, so that people out there in the world know that it's not just loudmouth Kristopher Bilbrey bitching about Facebook. Holly Ipe, she's made a couple videos about, being mistreated, not getting to go into City Hall and how bad that is. And she's commented about this. And, she's just Bilbrey, he says he's conservative, but he's a pain in the ass. Holly Ipe, she's one of those lefty weirdos. Those people don't matter. They're not the real people. They're not like the Dan addicts, the people that understand that Dan is doing a good job. He's not Dennis Tyler. Listen, that's the thing. We don't want to go backwards. And so I want to show everybody that there are people, absolutely pain in the ass, but you still matter. And that is exactly right. That is exactly right. And these elected officials around here do not know that. Okay. So here, of course, and of course, this is Jeff Robinson. Of course, he's going to comment. Disappointing and sad. It just goes to show how they really feel about citizens expressing their thoughts and opinions. I know Facebook can be a toxic place, but you take the good with the bad. Let me explain something to you. Facebook can be a toxic place. No one stuck any pew or anything else to anybody's head or any other body part and made them run for elected office. Nobody begged and begged and begged and begged these people to run for office. If they feel that they're being bullied, if they're feeling like they can't handle it, if they're too soft and they can't deal with this, then listen, whoever resigns tomorrow, I will respect. Anybody in local government, any other, from straight on to the White House and everywhere in between, the governor, we got some state senators, Senator Braun, any of you out there that wants to resign tomorrow or any other day after, I will shake your hand and I will applaud you. If you feel like you can't handle it, I know Facebook is a toxic place. You know? Listen, lots of people on here, incredible people on here upset. It's just one thing after another, man. You just get blocked down here. The elected are into filing false reports. And see, it's happening everywhere. I don't even know where this person's from. They're not from around here, but they're talking about shit being crazy where they are. It is true. It's bad everywhere. Rachel Clark. This is so disheartening. While working in Muncie, I found the citizens are so engaged and do so many great things and love their communities deeply. What Muncie could accomplish if the mayor would work with the people who live in Muncie rather than against them. He could put Muncie on the map and have other communities coming to see what Muncie was doing. Instead, he's doing what he thinks is best and is proven that is not best for Muncie. How many failed ventures deals does he have now? It's truly astonishing that very few things he has started have completed, let alone be successful. That's a killer point, man. I just had to love that comment. All right. Todd Smeckens, what you're requesting requires leadership. For the most part, Dan is an order taker from the alternative government called Next Muncie, the Ball family, BSU, IU Health. It's hard to lead the people when orders are coming from the top. Very, very, very true. Very possible. Absolutely. Also, a fun fact, if you want to do the right by the people and not by him and his sneaky plans, he gets rid of you. Ask every department head, minus a few, why they are no longer there. I will bet they all say because they stood up for right and wrong and earned themselves a target on their back. Absolutely.
Chief Muncie makes a great point here. The problem is that they respond. Ignore the stupid comments. They make a mistake by fighting with commenters.
Yes. 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 That's the thing. Listen, I've never understood that. Okay. Let's play a little back and forth, a little playtime. I'm Kristopher Bilbrey. That's crazy. All right. And I'm sending a comment to the City of Muncie. Dear City of Muncie, I do not like that you guys are not doing better with communication, and I don't like how rude Shireen Wigley is, and I don't really like her voice. I don't understand that vocal fry that she's got. What's going on? She's an 86-year-old woman. Why does she have a vocal fry like that? All right? Maybe a little rude. I should probably be nicer, but they've caught me on a bad day. Okay, here's what kills me when I type my message. Generally, what will happen is Shireen Wigley, Lindsay Corey Fink, the finger pointer guy, I forget his name.
Troy?
No, the other one.
Oh, I don't remember his name.
The old man.
Troy will be on there too.
Yeah. Preston Cross. All right. They get on and they say, Bilbrey, you're wrong. You shouldn't be so negative. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You're a city employee. Use this time to tell me in a polite way why I am wrong. Don't tell me that I'm wrong. Don't tell me. Holly. Yes. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, yes. I'm glad we had that too. I love it. That's amazing. I don't get it. I asked her one time. It's Kyle's mom, and Cartman sings it. Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched South Park 2, but I knew exactly what you were talking about. That's amazing. I asked them one time, I was like, does Dan hand you guys out money if for the first person who tells me that I'm stupid? I feel like he says, okay, you know what this week's rules are. First person to tell Bilbrey he's stupid 20 times, I fill your tank up, and you get to wear the magnets with my face on your car doors. You know? I feel like that happens because I never understood. Why would you not? You could do one or two things. If you feel like I am being out of line and there's no value added by my conversation, you just completely ignore me. Completely ignore me. There's a lot of people that you would do that to. I can understand. But if I'm getting on there and I'm saying something that is wrong to the point that you're getting on and calling me a stupid, fat dummy head, and why am I so wrong? Don't you think it might be better and make more sense if you, instead of saying that, said, hello, Mr. Bilbrey. My name is Shireen Wegley, and I am the mayor's butt wiper. And I want to let you know that you are wrong about X, Y, and Z. And the reason you're wrong is 1, 2, 3. Oh, and triangle too. And if you ask such and so, they will let you know. And if you see, this and this and this, you will realize. That would be amazing, but they don't ever do anything like that. They don't ever tell people they're wrong and then use their ability from being in the administration to be like, hey, you're wrong. Here's why you're wrong. And here's the way that you can be right. They just fight and argue and bitch and piss and moan. So Ridenour is right. There is bad things going on, but most of it's because of the people. I always think back to that thing that Cameron Grubbs wrote during the Muncie Inn ordeal when he asked a question and Shireen got on there and snapped at him under the City of Muncie, and she clearly didn't get her account switched in time and wrote it down under the City of Muncie and just put it on there. And now I've got to say, I've got to hand it to the City of Muncie. They kept it. They kept it for transparency purposes. They kept that comment. But I don't get it. Yeah, that's exactly right. The Dan Camp things that showed that none of them are good at communication. None of them understand, in my opinion, none of them truly understand what team building is about. They definitely never heard of they've never heard of silence being the golden rule. They've never heard any of that stuff. I'm telling you, I don't know when it's going to come out. And I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll come out and say I was wrong. But something is going to happen. We're going to hear that the shit has hit the fan, and we're going to hear about it like in a retroactive way. Yeah. Listen, I saw a whole bunch of people today commenting about this deal. And, I've got to hand it to the citizens of Muncie. I've seen the people of Muncie coming out and speaking out more in the last maybe about a month and a half on social media than I think I've ever seen before. And I can respect that. I like it. I appreciate it. We need it. We need more people to do that exact same thing. We need more people to do that. Because until we get people that are coming forward and griping and letting them know that we are not okay with this, then we're going to get the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Here's one on Delaware County Awareness Uncensored. Listen, and I'll be honest, these are all different kinds of people. There are Republicans, there are conservatives, there are Democrats, there are liberals, there are Christians, there are atheists. I've seen the whole gamut of people bitching today about this deal. And the bottom line, it comes down to the bottom line. Ridenour and his administration is refusing to meet us where we are. And we are the bosses. We tell them, we want you to meet us here. This is where we feel comfortable at. Orto. He posts, let them know how you feel about them not wanting to receive comments anymore. I love this city. I love its people. I don't love local leaders that hide and choose ignore their constituents wants for their community. If you need to run and hide from public comments because you made a stupid decision, you're not a leader. You're a loser and a coward. What else are you hiding? What agenda are you trying to push? What projects are you giving sweetheart deals to? Which friends donated the most to secure contracts with no bids? This is a joke. We deserve better local leadership that listens to the public instead of continuing to waste our tax dollars on pet projects with slumlords. I love it. It's so frustrating. Here my friend Sarah, she says, do I have this up there? Sarah says, as part of the administration that created the city Facebook page and one of the people who managed the page and interacted with constituents on that page, this is bull. This was created as an avenue for people to get information and interact with city government. Hell, every Christmas Eve, Sarah spent all night tracking Santa through Muncie. What the heck is wrong with these people? And she would do that using this comment feature, and people would comment back and forth. And now we're not going to be able to do that. They're not going to do the Santa tracker anymore. They're not going to have people asking, where are they? What about when there are missing people? What about when there are severe storms? This is so short-sighted. But that's just par for the course for Dan. Doesn't the city council have final say over city Facebook page? No. So the city council could create their own Facebook page. They could create their own Facebook page. I do think, I will tell you this, I think they have a right to say if they want the comments on during their meetings or not. I think that they could say, we want to have on the comments during all of our live streaming meetings. I don't know. No, but they can defund the communications director position since they're not commenting on Facebook. And the thing is, I was talking to I was talking to someone today about this very thing, and I don't know. Okay, listen, before we get too much later, I do want to go through the Board of Works. I do want to go through a couple things and let you guys hear what happened in these meetings today. We have a couple of important things. And while we're on this City of Muncie kick and doing this, here coming up in the very near future, I'm going to be talking about this situation where there was a mayor in southern Indiana, I believe, who was arrested and charged for doing some things that he shouldn't have been doing. And the Supreme Court has come out and ruled in that case. And I think there are some major similarities to what happened here with Tyler. And I'm going to be looking through all of this and getting some of my team's opinions. And so that'll be coming up in the next couple of days or whatever. I'll keep you guys posted, but that'll be very interesting. And I think it ties back into all of this. The difference between Tyler and Ridenour or really anybody, but we will go over that. But before we get going too much further, before we leave, I do want to go over the Board of Works meetings, and I want to go over his community update. So let's pull this up here. Give me a second. Dennis Tyler was railroad. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Dude, I can't even believe we can't freaking comment. Okay, here we go. Tell me if you got sound.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the July 10th, meeting of the Muncie Board of Public Works and Safety. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, good morning again. If we could have roll call, please.
Ted Baker.
Present.
Lola Maurer.
Present.
Linda Gray.
Present.
We've been presented with the consideration of the minutes for the July 3rd meeting. Lacey did another outstanding job. You know, for those of you who are in here in this room and then listening on Facebook, I just want to reiterate again the amazing job that she does do. It's very professional, and it's really nice to know that these records are in very, very good hands. And so thank you, Lacey. We appreciate what you do. So do I have a motion to accept the consideration of the minutes?
Yeah, I would move approval on the July 3rd minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. The next one is the Register of Claims to be presented by Mr. Craig Wright, City Controller. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Sent out the claims yesterday morning,
You did.
and just our usual utility payments, and like on page 5, the $40,636.45 to Indiana Michigan Power, and that's for traffic signals and streetlights, and our healthcare claims to UMR, et cetera. So with that, I will open it up to any questions you might have.
Linda.
I don't really have any questions. I did note that this is a credit card week, so
Yes.
we look a little closer at things, and
Yeah.
we had another instance of a retirement party, and I understand that's already been dealt with.
Yes, I addressed that immediately when I saw it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Lola.
I just have a quick question on page 7 for
7?
the 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Where is the Tesla EV charger? I do not have a Tesla, but I'm just curious where
The what?
where that is. Do you know where that's going?
What?
Middle of the page, install Tesla.
That's in an officer's home. It's a take.
Oh. Those
Oh.
for the trucks, the 2
Gotcha.
trucks that we're testing. So
Thanks.
They have to be charged.
I guess.
Yep. And
So how is that handled then, the actual cost of the charging? Is that
they'll get a bill separate for that.
Okay.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
that we
And-
pay?
Yeah, and Chris Deegan is monitoring that. He's seeing what the cost effectiveness of having that as compared to the gasoline.
that's a really good
vehicles.
test.
Do we have just the one vehicle then?
That's a
There was,
really good
2 of them.
test.
That's a really good test just to keep track of
Good.
that.
Yes, he's going to monitor that
The
closely.
jury's out on that one, what's costing more. So yeah, I have one on page 3, just a question for City Council, a new Chromebook.
Yes.
Is that for just their use on City Council? What's that?
Yes, that's replacing, basically what we've had to replace some of the Chromebooks for city council members because they just old and died out. And we got a deal to go ahead and purchase the remainder of them. There's 6 of them on there
Okay.
for $300 and some because they're going up to $800. So we decided to go ahead and,
Good. I just wanted, so City Council works with Chromebooks.
yes.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the claims?
I move approval of the claims for $394,062.
Second.
Do any comments or any other considerations or comments? There's one professor I had at school was qualms, quibbles, or questions. So, okay. Okay. Having none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Craig. Motion
Thank you.
carried. Thank you. We have, we're going to deal with, Building Commissioner's Office has received some bids for demolition removal of 5 vacant mobile homes, and we talked about that a little bit last week. Steve, come on up. Steve Selby is here.
Yeah, we put out
Come
quotes
on
for combined lump sum bid for the demolition removal of 5 mobile homes. As you can see, we had 5 responses. The lowest bidder, Short Solution, at $11,850.
Okay.
And we'd like to go with that. Feel that's a very good price.
Has it met all the requirements, and you've done work with them before?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
Great.
Do we have a motion?
I
Yeah,
move
right.
approval of the recommendation to select Schroyer Solutions as the low bidder on demolition of 5 mobile homes.
Great.
Second.
Okay. Do we have any other comments or questions? Yeah, they were considerably less than some, weren't they? So, okay. Thank you, Steve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. We do have a request for the animal shelter, and we're going to have Josh Talby come up. Top dog himself.
Yeah.
Top dog.
Josh Colby, Director, Muncie Animal Care and Services. Essentially what you have in front of you is a contract for our rescue coordinator, Dana. It's pretty much the same. It just kind of rolls over. I did put in a $200 monthly increase just because of the totals that we're seeing this year. Comparatively, last year we did 786 sent to rescue. And this year we're at 489 already. So it looks like we're going to go a little bit more. And Dana's work is so important to us being a no-kill shelter. And if you have any questions for me, that.
Yeah, right.
Take a moment to read it if we have to here. One half a page.
I would move approval of the MASC contract.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Okay. I do like the clause that either party of this contract may terminate the agreement.
Oh, of course.
30 days written notice. Going both ways. I really like that. So just in case something happens, either way, that's a good way to do
Bet
it.
I can put that in a
How long
short.
has she been doing this job?
She has been doing this job for 9 years, and
What?
she has sent over 8,000 animals to rescue.
Both ways. Party of this contract may terminate the agreement.
Mhm.
30 days written notice. Going both ways. I really like that. So just in case something happens, either way, that's a good way to do it.
How long has she been doing this job?
She has been doing this job for 9 years, and she has sent over 8,000 animals to rescue in that time.
Wow.
Has anybody in here been one of those who have rescued one?
No.
No. Okay. Well, they have to go somewhere. I just was wondering. Okay. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay. Thank you for presenting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carried. Thanks, Josh. I believe that's all that we have on our agenda today. Does anyone have anything else that they'd like to share? Okay. Well, thank you for attending virtually or in person, and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Yay! How amazing was that? 8 minutes, and listen to all that crap they did and everything they did just quickly. Just how nuts. Absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely insane to me. Okay. Next up on the plate, ladies and gentlemen, is everyone's favorite. All right, here we go. Listen to this. Here we go.
Is Wednesday. It's July 10th. It's a pretty miserable day out. Lots of rain. We're getting some after effects, I think, of some major storms that have gone through the southern portion of the country. This, for us, however, this is one of our biggest weekends of the year as far as people coming to town. So it's Ironman weekend. So be prepared.
It's very short.
Understand that that's going on. A number of the other things that'll be happening, we're combining some of the Ironman events with what is now the second Thursday for this month. So all the first Thursday normal activities will happen this Thursday. So coming up tomorrow, and we're coordinating that with Ironman. So in addition to that, following the regular first Thursday, Cannon Commons will have a couple of different concerts that will be starting at 6 p.m. And then on Friday, there's more events. That'll be a family picnic, some games, some food trucks, some other things going on. So we just want to be very welcoming to the Ironman guests from out of town. When you see those bikes, we see those cars with the bicycle racks, just wave and say hello and welcome to Muncie.
Welcome to Muncie.
So we're looking forward to all the good things that come from this particular event.
Right.
In addition to that, we are hosting the World Championships in Muncie for the U.S. Association of Martial Artists on July 20th and 21st. This will be at the Horizon Convention Center downtown. This is huge. It's a big deal. We look forward to martial artists from all over the world that will be coming to Muncie, Indiana. Special thanks to Ron White. He is on the executive board for that organization nationally, and was the main key in making sure that event was held here in Muncie this particular year. So there'll be a lot of guests.
To a police
and we're
officer's
looking forward
house
to the tournament that
Muncie.
they will be putting on. Yesterday, we had cop recycling for survivors stopped by City Hall.
Hello,
this
Wanda.
is the 23rd annual ride that they've had. Covers nearly 1,000 miles in total over a 2-week period. They do this to raise money for the families of officers who were killed in the line of duty. So we are very thankful that they will make that effort and certainly appreciate their cause. Miss Collegiate USA pageant took place this past weekend, and Muncie's own Lauren Magri was crowned the winner. So Lauren just finished grad school at Ball State University, and she is currently working as a therapist in Anderson. But Muncie's own is the U.S. Winner for the Miss Collegiate USA pageant. So congratulations to her and her family. We know you'll do a great job. In the Whiteley community, you may have seen some construction going on. So we have a number of we went back and looked, and since there have only been 4 residences built in the Whiteley community, and there's been a lot of remodeling, but only 4 new residences, and 2 of those were single family homes. Well, Habitat has done a number of repairs and some restoration projects, but we are, as part of the Southern Terrace development, we are doing 10 homes in Whiteley. They have started. 4 of those houses are up, framed and up. They will continue to work their way south from Whiteley. So once they get finished with the 10 in Whiteley, then they'll be moving down. There's 1 on the east side. There's 2 in the Blaine southeast. There are 7 in the industry neighborhood. Sure. And then they'll finish with the 25 townhomes that will be built in that section that's gated off now with a fence down diagonal from Crestview Golf Course. All total, there's 45 of those, and it has it'll have a positive impact. It's an infill project, which is something that we did with City View. So we've taken empty lots that the Muncie Redevelopment Commission had, sold those to the developers. The developers are putting up new housing. So it'll provide housing opportunities for people in those neighborhoods, and we're very excited about what that can do for our community. You'll also, if you've been on the west side of Muncie, maybe near Tillotson, and White River Boulevard over there, Westview Park, the skate park is now under construction officially. The bids were awarded to Pride Mark. They had to coordinate their teams and some other projects they had to finish up, but they're now heavily into that work. So you'll see that work continuing. There's a couple different subcontractors that they'll be using as well. But we're very happy that the West Side Park will now have the skate park. It's something that the skate park organization here locally has been working on for more than a decade. So we're thrilled that this is happening. It's being funded. Part of it is through the ARP funds. The administration and the council work together and set aside funds through ARP And then we also have some additional funds that the Muncie Redevelopment Commission is putting in to build this skate park. So we hope that everybody has a great time once that's finished. I probably will not be skating, but we hope that those who enjoy that sport will be able to have a great time. Till Pond, which is the 6.5 acre pond that's just south of Memorial, right off Tillotson, that we purchased a few years ago. That is now also out for bid.
5 years ago.
So once we get the bids
ago.
in, which will be at the end of this month, that's the bidding process. So once those get in, we'll hope to see that get starting with construction once they can coordinate their construction schedules as well. So I think that's it for today. We hope you have a great rest of the week.
That's it for today.
And say a happy hello to all those Ironman people who are
a happy hello and a happy hello. A happy hi diddly a. What a weirdo. Nothing. He had nothing to say. I want to know this. I'm getting ready to show you the city's response to everybody's pushback. But before I do that, I want to tell you what my push was to the city of Muncie. Okay? Because I read this and I heard this and I saw this, and I don't have a choice. Like, I got to go to the City of Muncie, the stupid City of Muncie communications page because of my job. It's what I do. I got to go check it out. But it pisses me off. I don't want to do that. I don't want to come over here and have to come and click on this and click on this and come follow some other crap and see all this nonsense. Hey, can you put a star on Chief Muncie's post about the protest? I want to come back to that. I want to finish this rant, but I want to come back to what he's saying there. So I come over here to this page. Listen, the city of Muncie elected officials need to meet us where we're at. You know where the citizens of Muncie were? The citizens of Muncie, 20,000 followers are on the City of Muncie's Facebook page. 20,000 people. That page has been up since whenever it was made in 2011 or 12 by a good friend of mine, Sarah Beach. Okay. And it was a good way to get information out, to communicate with people. Okay. I want them to meet us where we're at. We are their bosses. Damn it. They work for us. But then they come and they tell us, well, we're not going to let you communicate with us here. And you've actually got to come over here and you got to like this other page and you got to do this and you do this and yada, yada, yada. And, you do all this and you do all that. Okay. Welcome to the official City of Muncie communication Facebook page. We welcome your input. If you experience an emergency or need emergency assistance, please use your phone or to dial 911. The purpose of this site is to present matters of public interest to the residents of Muncie, Indiana. We encourage you to submit your comments, but please note this is not a public forum. The City of Muncie social media profiles and pages are family friendly, yada, 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 obscene, all this stupid crap. Listen. The bottom line, I want to know who did this. Did Dan Ridenour push this? Did Shireen Wegley push this? Did Michelle push this? Because there's only one of those people that's elected. Who decided that they're not going to do Facebook the way that it's been done? Who decided to wake up on Wednesday, July 10th, not the first of the new term, not the first of the new year, not the first of the month, not the first of the week, not after the first meeting? They did it at a weird ass time. Like what happened today that made today the day when this happened? What occurred 5 hours ago, 12 hours ago, 15 hours ago to make this? Who put this in place? Who said that this could happen? Who gave the order? Well, that's a very good possibility, Chief. Myself and other people like me. JD Prescott did something very similar to this. He did something very similar. This is a JD Prescott type of a thing. And it's just very interesting. So I actually questioned. I said, what is this about? Whose idea was this? Why all of a sudden? I mean, honestly, for the love of God, why? What's going on? Of course, I never got back any kind of real response. However, ladies and gentlemen, the City of Muncie said this. Dear subjects, it has come to my attention that there is unhappiness with our decisions to stop accepting comments through Facebook. To help you be better heard, we have set up a Morse code transmitter in the second floor of the E.B. and Bertha C. Ball Center. From there, and only there, you will be able to ensure we hear what you have to say. They go directly to the transmission relayed acknowledgement systems housing bin. Don't say I never did anything for you. Gotta love Muncie. Okay, that's of course the City of Municie's take on this, which is really, really, really beautiful. But I want you to see what whoever's behind this page had to say. Holly says, will you be able to comment during the live streams on public forums? The city has used Facebook Live as a tool to expand the reach of public meetings. Will this no longer be the case? And I said this morning, at least, no. The city just had a Board of Works meeting 28 minutes ago, and commenting was not permitted. So if the public would like to comment during the public meetings now, the closest thing you'll have is you're welcome to come to my stream. We always live stream the council meetings as well as other meetings, and a large number of Muncie citizens and officials watch, comment, and interact there. Questions to the officials that people ask there, I always do my best to submit to them and the other officials later on for possible answers. I will do what I can. I said, but I'm sure you know what the answer there is. This is truly sad. This is what better communication looks like, folks. This is what transparency looks like. This is what accountability looks like. Ridenour's Muncie, gotta laugh at Muncie. City of Muncie Communications says the reach of public meetings is the same. The videos will still be live streamed for those who cannot attend in person, and posted on the communications page as well as for discussion. Comments are only entered into the public record if they're given in person or submitted ahead of time, and Facebook comments have never been considered part of the public record or read aloud during the meetings. This does not impact anyone's ability to view public meetings, submit a public comment, or share opinions here. Okay? To which I then said, why now? And can you advise who from the administration this is? Brantley Spicer said, City of Muncie Communications, this is going to be streamed from this page or the original one and shared here. This just seems like a way to shut down comments. Nick Carey said, sounds like a violation of the sunshine laws. Silas says that's exactly why they're doing it. What happened to we the people? Yada, yada, yada. So you see there, ladies and gentlemen, I asked, who did this? Who did this? And they will not tell me. Who okayed this? They will not tell me. I am going to stand up and yell and scream until I get an answer, and I want to know an answer. Now, before we roll out of here, we're getting ready to leave. We've been on here for a while. I do want to come back here to Chief Muncie's post. We need to organize a Facebook protest while all these Ironman people are in town. Have people at every intersection. If they let people panhandle, we should be able to protest. I would love nothing more than to set up a protest. I would love nothing more than to do it. But you all know my thoughts and my feelings on protests. I'm the first person there. You tell me where to be, when to be. You tell me what tree to chain myself to. You tell me what cause to be there. I am there. I am there in black. I am there with a mask on. I am there ready to rock and roll. But so many people will say, oh, yeah, we'll be out there. And then they never show up. And we say, well, we're going to have a protest. And then 4 people show up and they're like, oh, look at that. It takes a lot of people. We have to have a lot of people willing to do it. I say, make it easy. Show up during the council meeting. Show up during the Ironman this weekend. There is no reason why we should not be able to send a message to these people. It has to be people in numbers. Are you guys upset enough? Are you mad enough? Is shit going wrong enough? Or do you not like Ridenour enough? Has he let you down enough? Is he transparent enough? Do you like what he's doing? Is he communicating enough? Can you hold him accountable? If you can hold him accountable and he's communicating and he's transparent, then there's no reason to do it. If everybody likes him, if everybody's happy. But go look around Facebook. Nobody in Muncie's happy. Nobody in Muncie is happy. If you're happy about what's going on with Dan Ridenour, you're a liar. You're Dan himself. Or you're just not paying attention. You don't understand what's going on. Because if you're paying attention any at all, you cannot be happy. Where's the mayor at? Why can we not walk into City Hall? No, the city does not have final say over the city's Facebook page, or the city council does not have final say over that. No, absolutely does not. It is the administration's page. Smoking meth. Dan for another term. What? Wait. Go back to see what this says. Hold on. I get social anxiety. If I have someone to bullshit with before meetings and whatnot, I'd be all right. What do you mean? You don't have to talk. We don't need anybody to talk. We need numbers. All we need are people. We've got enough people willing to talk. The protest isn't people getting up and speaking on the mic saying things. Protest is about numbers. You know, when I went to speak to the city council, I'm trying to think when this was. Oh, it was August of it was during the big protest. It was August of 2019 when I went to speak in front of the city council about Nora. One of the things I said, and I pre-planned it with people ahead of time, I had people in the audience that I said, look, I don't need you to get up and speak. I don't need you to carry on my fight. I need you to do one small favor for me. I'm going to go up to the podium, and at some point, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to say, if you're with me, stand up. And I had people in the audience stand up. And that looks powerful. The reason that the protest for the whales thing mattered was because 1,200 people showed up. We could have asked those people for anything. They would have done anything for us. So, you know, maybe this weekend's not enough time. Maybe I'm not talking about holding up signs at meetings. A lot of people say they'll stop you from holding signs. I'll say, listen, if I'm carrying in a sign and I'm not hurting anybody with it and I'm not stopping anything, that's my First Amendment right. I think that's a fight we fight in court. They can try, I'll let them try to stop me and we can battle it out in court. But I don't need anybody to have a sign. You don't need to have a sign. What we need is we need people to go to the meeting to stand up when the people are speaking. When Audie's up there speaking and bitching and fighting for the AFSCME people, we need people to stand up behind him in support. When we're up there bitching about what's going on with the Facebook thing, I think it's ridiculous that there's a councilman that won't respond to me via email, even though the Board of Works is paying lots of money for computers. That's a bunch of bullshit that they won't speak. And we need people to stand up to say, hey, we are in support of this person. What time does the starting gun go? I don't know. And I don't know if it's best to do it this Saturday. I don't know if it'd be best to do it at the next council meeting. Definitely good to do stuff. I mean, this is something, the bottom line, folks, is here's the other thing is everybody wants to know when's the one time we can, so when is this one time we go do this and then I go home? This is not a one-time fight. This is we got to take the fight to the people. I get it. Everybody's not like me. Everybody's probably not going to go to every council meeting. But if you could come to a council meeting here and a council meeting there, that could really do things to help things out. That could really add a lot. You're right, Alva. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, I don't know. If you're happy with what's going on in Muncie, maybe you're happy with what's going on. I'm not happy with what's happening. Listen, the grand scheme of things, this is a minor deal. This is stupid. Or it's very major. Because to me, it's like, it's our, listen, I have been a manager over people. I have been the boss over people. And I would never stand for back talk for someone, not doing what they're supposed to be doing and giving me some bullshit. And I am not happy with my employees telling me how I can or can't communicate with them. So be thinking about this, people. Absolutely, GW. Listen, we've got a perfect excuse to do it. There's an election coming up in November. We have the perfect reason to do that. We can kill 2 and 3 and 4 birds with one stone. My number one complaint with the administration is the lack of communication. In my opinion, it all boils down to communication. Transparency is communication. Accountability is communication. Transparency is them communicating with us, and accountability is us communicating with them. They need to be transparent with us and let us know what in the hell is going on, so we can be like, yes, we like that, keep it up, or no, we don't, get your head out of your ass, or we're coming to take your head out of your ass for you. The number one complaint I think anybody has is communication. It all boils down to communication. Dan Ridenour is a terrible communicator. He tells us that there are projects that's going to go and be happy and be done and everything's wonderful, and he tells us all this is great, and then nothing ever is heard of it again. He tells us he's going to do this, he's going to do that. We never hear about it again. He tells us they're going to get this crisis center going. Nothing ever happens with it. He tells us that Brick Red Systems is coming to Southway Plaza, and they're going to put in a restaurant and a grocery store is coming. We never hear anything about it again. It's all communication or lack thereof. It's a weak spot for everybody on the administration. That's perfect. Very interesting. I don't know. Going door to door is dangerous these days. Nah. Dude, people do it campaigning all the time. I've done it for years and years and years. It's how you campaign. You don't do it at nighttime. You don't do it by yourself. You do it in groups and packs of people, so people know what's going on. You have people on this side of the road, people on this side of the road. You don't just say, "Okay, I'm going to go hit Muncie." You break it down and you say, "Okay, today we're doing the Old West End. Today we're doing, the Whiteley area. Today we're gonna go do the Rosewood, Glenwood, all those woods up there off Centennial, back in west of Wheeling and north of Centennial. You do all of that stuff. I say get yard signs. Absolutely. I don't know. I walked a petition around a couple of years ago and had a dog nearly kill me. And there's things you got to be careful. There's pros and cons to everything. But yeah. It would be cool if a business close to Iron Man would put something on their sign. Absolutely, that would be cool. Sure, yeah. That would be cool to get done. I'm trying to think who that would be or who that could be. That would be cool. Kid Rock is making protest flags for free. Anyone have a comment you want to put on it? Would be it's all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're going to break for this evening. That is all I've got to say. If you're not happy with what's going on, folks, you got to use your voice. I'm happy to vocalize and use mine and do it. And I can bitch for me and I will bitch for you, but it's going to take more than just me. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take us as a unit, as a team. It's going to take us as a grouping. I'm just stupid Bilbrey. But 500 of us are 500 of us. It's easy to not take one person serious. It's a little bit harder for Dale Basham to stand up there and continue to be a smug asshole when 500 people are standing up in a meeting. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, today is Wednesday, July 10th, the 10th of July, 2024. We are 191 days into this administration with no response from the Counselor Dale Basham. At-large counselor, 191 days. No text message, no phone call, no email. It's ridiculous. Wednesday, the 10th of July, 2024. We have to make stuff like this stop. All right. Hey, if you could go in and hit the like, hit the subscribe if you are watching via YouTube. We would very much appreciate you doing that. Thank you all for watching. Please spread the word. Help spread the message. That is very, very helpful too. You know that you guys do us a great deal of service when you're here watching and you communicate with people. Watch, we love it. We thank you guys for all you do. Thank you for tuning in and watching night after night after night. Thank you all very much. You have a beautiful rest of your evening. Take care of yourselves. Have a great Thursday, and we will see you back here tomorrow for the end of the week. It'll be interesting to see. I've got a couple things up my sleeve. We'll see what goes on. Of course, you know, something's always liable to pop off tomorrow. You never know. That's the beauty of it. You guys take care. God bless. Have a good night, and we will see you at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Goodbye. You know.